Social media is all about trends. That's how the whole thing is built. In real time, we can see what's happening and what's popular. Right now, there's an online trend happening across the church world. Well, I don't know if technically I can call it a trend, but it is a noticeable and, because of the way it's been done, conspicuous development in my sphere. Recently, several clergy persons have announced that they're coming off social media, and they've marked their departure publicly. For weeks, I've read the updates that they've written, counting down the days until they sign off. I suspect that for them, and for many, this withdrawal is an act of self-care. The online world can be toxic, and it can be a time thief, a place of protracted distraction. And spending an extended period of time in a toxic world can take a toll on one's mental health. Many of us are attracted to a quieter, cleaner space to live in. You remember the trend of Marie Kondo back in 2019? I suspect her popularity exposed a desire a lot of people have to organize and tidy both their things and their internal worlds. People want less distraction. Many want to lead purer, simpler lives. Now, that may be one of the impetuses behind the slaves' offer to purge the weeds in today's gospel. From their perspective, the problem was obvious. The unwanted plants were growing among the good, competing for the same space, drawing nourishment from the same soil. And they, and we're told this explicitly, had been sown there maliciously. Bad plants surrounded the good. But the householder tells the slaves to let both the wheat and the weeds grow together. No tidying up, no Marie Kondo. Live with the mess. And perhaps that seems unkind, or at least counterintuitive, to allow what is harmful and troubling to endure. And not at some safe distance, right? But close by, side, unable to be avoided. For something so disturbing and confusing and distracting, not to be removed or at least culled, but to remain. And that's because, according to the householder, things are too entwined. The good and the bad are entangled. This, of course, is not a reality many of us are comfortable with. We think if only we could remove the bad things, subtract the troubling voices, the troubling people, the troubling realities, then we could live better lives, more faithfully. But the parable, and even the life of Jesus, says that the world and our place in it do not work like that. More than that, though, the parable invites us to consider our own entanglement. For you see, if we imagine that the weeds, all of the bad things, are entirely out there, in other people, in their posts and opinions, then we've misunderstood ourselves. We are made up of all kinds of things. In addition to all that we think is good, there are the troubles, the poor decisions, the challenges, all these things that have shaped us. There is no easily separated pure us without some of the bad things, too. Now, there will come a day when we are made whole, when all that harms and distorts is removed. But that isn't today. And that work isn't ours. The desire that we have to live more faithfully may at times mean withdrawal and retreat, for that is also what the life of Jesus shows us. And perhaps coming off social media is one such retreat. But however we detach or unplug, we do not leave entanglement behind. We still have to live with other people. And we still have to live with ourselves. Of course, the parable does not command us to remain in harmful environments. It does, however, challenge the fantasy that holiness can be achieved by constructing a weed-free world. The Christian calling is not to cultivate a life untouched by evil, but to learn to live faithfully where it is.